Hello beautiful souls, welcome to Tap Into Your Magic. My name is Heather and I'm here to guide you through a winter solstice flow today. And this is going to be a really lovely practice to honor this time of the year, because from here on out, thank goodness, it is going to be getting lighter every single evening. So for the last 6 months since the summer solstice, it has been getting darker and darker, as you probably noticed, and things have been getting slower and we've been more in like a cocoon, right? So we are going to start this practice in that cocoon state, very slow and mindful. Then we're going to heat it up with a flow and then cool it back down again. So I look forward to seeing you on the mat, and let's go. So we will begin today's practice in a seed pose. So you want to come onto your mat, onto your knees, your legs are together, and you will start to fold your body over, hands beside you, forehead to the mat. And from here, just start to come into your body, connecting to your breath. Taking deep breaths in through your nose and exhaling out of your mouth. Allowing any tension to dissipate. You can keep your eyes closed here. Really feeling into the darkness of this space. And for this winter solstice, maybe you have an intention that you'd like to set for your practice today. What are you letting go of? What are you releasing? What are you welcoming back in? Most importantly, what are you creating space for? You can begin to lift up and just bring your hands in front of you and start to open up the legs a little bit wider as we move into child's pose. The same thing again, dropping your forehead to the mat. But this time you can start to move slowly and mindfully left and right. Releasing any tension in your upper body, and then walk your hands over to the left hand side of the mat. Again, dropping your forehead down to the mat. And then with your right hand, you want to bring it up and around and then clasp it behind your lower back, so you'll feel a nice deep shoulder stretch here. And then you can release that hand back down, crawling your fingertips over to the right hand side, forehead to the mat. Again, if you'd like to go deeper, you can lift up that left hand and then bring it and wrap it around your lower back for a deeper shoulder stretch. Really paying attention to your breath. And be mindful during this practice. Try not to let your thoughts run away with you. And bring your hand back to the top and then walk your fingertips to the top of the mat, and you can slowly lift up, and we'll move into a tabletop pose now. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly, push the shoulders back, look up. And exhale around the spine, chin to chest. And again, inhale, look up, push your shoulder blades back. And then round the spine, chin to chest. And now this time round, we can take some hip circles as well. So you can move your body to the top of the mat and then draw a circle so your glutes touch your heels, and then around. So creating this circular motion just in one direction. And you can begin to really accentuate the movements, whatever that means for you. So maybe you want to take more circular motions in your spine. And then switch to the other direction. Again, moving as slow or as quickly as feels comfortable for your body. Allowing yourself to explore this movement. And then come back into your tabletop pose and walk your hands to the top of the mat and then drop your chin to the mat for puppy pose. Feeling a deep stretch in your shoulders. If your chin doesn't feel good, you can drop your forehead to the mat instead. And again, you can sway side to side like we did in child's pose. And then walk back up into a tabletop pose. And then kick your right leg up to the sky. And with your left hand, reach round, catch a hold of the foot, the shin, whatever's accessible. And then if you want to add on to this, you can really lift the leg up, look up to the sky, start to really open up that chest. And release, bring that knee in front and to the side. So you're now in like a dragon lunge. So both hands are to the inside of your right leg. Feel a really nice stretch in your hip flexors. Holding here for a few breaths, connecting back to that mindful breathing. What have you learned during these last few months of darkness? How have you been taking care of yourself? And if you want to add on to this, you can begin to open up the right leg. And you'll definitely feel a deeper stretch in your hips. Just seeing where you can open up a little bit more. We've been very cocooned during this darker times, but now it's getting lighter from here on out. So how can we honor that within our body? And then bring that leg back to the same position into a dragon lunge and simply release that behind you. Got these little baubles here. And if you want to, you can stretch the leg behind you, the right leg. Getting all the cricks and cracks out. And then come back to your tabletop pose and we'll do everything on the other side. So this time, kick your left leg up to the sky. Bring your right arm around to catch a hold of the foot. And again, you can stay here or you can really lift up. So lift the left leg up, look up to the sky. A really great heart opener. And then release, bringing that left foot around to the top of the mat, dragon lunge. And just paying attention to how each side feels different. I'm definitely feeling a lot tighter on this side, but it's always good to be mindful, paying attention to your body and what it needs. And then if you would like to add on, you can open up the leg, dropping your left leg open to the side for a deeper hip stretch. And then bring it back to center. And this time we're going to step back into downward facing dog. So bring both legs to the back of the mat. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. You can begin to bend one knee and then the other. Connecting back to your breath, back to your body. Often in yoga, we can get distracted with storytelling, thinking about what we need to do next or what's happened before, but can we really give our full attention to ourselves today during this solstice practice? And then shift forward into a high plank pose, core engaged, and then drop your hips down to the mat. Still lifting your thighs off the mat, shoulders pressing back. And then push back up. Downward facing dog. We'll just do that one more time. Really ripple forward into that high plank. Drop your body down. Shoulders press back. And core engage lifts you back up. Downward facing dog. And this time, lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open up the hip. We'll start to bring a little bit more heat into this practice today. And then bring that right leg to the top of the mat. And we'll come up into a high lunge. Arms are lifting up to the sky. Feeling that strength in your body. And then shift forward into a warrior two. So now your body is facing the front edge of the mat. So you can imagine that your hips, sometimes you want to face them towards the shorter edge of the mat. Really hold on to your hips, guide them forward, both arms straight, bending into that right leg and looking over your right fingertips. And then flip the front palm, reverse warrior, right arm lifts up overhead. An extended side angle, right forearm to right leg, left arm reaches up overhead. And then bring your hands down to the mat, and we'll go into a Skandasana from here. But for just a moment, feel out this position, see how it feels, and then begin to walk your hands to the center, and then your hands over to the left-hand side. So really stretching into our hips here and moving from side to side. Going at your own pace. As the days are getting brighter, we might be feeling more optimistic about what's to come. We have a Christmas on the way. A brand new year is upon us. For me, I really love this time of year. It feels like I'm closing off those old chapters and welcoming in something new and exciting. So no matter how your year has gone, can we be grateful for our body right now, grateful for this present moment? And then bring your hands to center, legs still straight, standing forward fold, drop your head down to the mat. Just feel the decompression of your spine. And then straighten your arms onto your fingertips and simply walk your hands over to the left. And you'll find yourself into that high lunge on the left side. So push into your left heel, both arms lift up to the sky. And this is just our transition into warrior two. So this time the left leg is bent, looking over the left fingertips. Reverse warrior, flip the front palm, lift the left arm up overhead this time. And extended side angle, left forearm to left knee, right arm reaches up overhead. And then bring your hands down to the mat to frame the front foot. And again, we're moving to that Skandasana. So start to play around, walking from side to side. If you want to add on to this, you can lift your hands off the mat and just use the strength of your legs, the strength of your foundation that will support you through everything. So feel free to move as slow or as quickly as you feel. Remembering to breathe, feeling your feet on the mat, being present in your body. And straighten both legs out, forward fold, but this time clasp your arms behind you. Nice shoulder stretch here. And lift your arms up overhead. And then release and walk towards your right foot this time. And then step back into a downward facing dog. And just notice how your body may have shifted and changed. I definitely feel as though my hamstrings have stretched out there. And we'll do one sun salutation to honor and welcome in the sun. Because from here on out, we'll be seeing more of the sun. So step to the top of the mat, both feet to the top of the mat, forward fold, and then hold on to opposite elbows and just sway side to side, releasing any tension in your upper body. And then start to roll up through your spine, still swinging your arms until you're up in standing. And then just release your hands beside you, mountain pose. You can close your eyes down for a moment. And we will take one flow or sun salutation because it is getting brighter now. But before we begin with that, just take a moment to welcome in whatever you want to welcome in on this solstice. Abundance, creativity, fun, love. Breathe that into your heart space. And let's take a flow. Open up your eyes. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, palms to touch. And exhale, roll down, fingertips touching the mat. And then inhale, hands slide up your shins, shoulders back, spine straight, looking forward. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back into a plank pose, core engaged. Shift forward and then drop your body all the way down to the mat. Push into your hands, shoulders press back, cobra pose. And release. And you can shift back into a child's pose. So big toes together, legs apart, forehead to the mat. As we start to slow things down in our winter solstice practice. Coming back to your breath, back to the present moment. And then begin to lift up. Walk your hands behind you. You can lift your glutes up as well for a back bend. You can also stay on your glutes as well, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're shaking off the darkness, but being grateful for it as well. Let's come into a seated position of your choice. You can also sit on a block, on a cushion. We'll just do some gentle stretches to cool down. So bring one hand to the side of you and the other arm reaches up overhead. Feeling a nice stretch in your side body. You can even look up to the sky. And then bring that right hand down and just start to crawl across the floor, feeling a nice stretch in your shoulders until your right arm is on the mat and your left arm reaches up overhead, or whichever side you're doing at home. You can look up to the sky as well. And lift up back to center. Bring your right hand to your left knee and your left arm goes behind you as you look over your shoulder. Nice tall spine here. And switching to the other side, looking over your right shoulder. Back to center. Let's do some neck stretches. Drop your head down so you're looking at the mat. And just sway your neck and your head gently side to side. We're not going the full way around. Just a little half moon circle. Feel free to close your eyes as well, and at any point you feel there's like a, oh, that's a tight spot, feel free to hold and just breathe into that space. And if it's within your practice, bring your head the whole way around. Make sure you keep your mouth open, okay, as well. Relax your jaw. And you can switch the direction. And then back to center. Place your head back on top. And we'll just close our eyes down and have a quick meditation. So please feel free to close your eyes, or if that's not within your practice, please just look at a spot that's not distracting. And you can place your hands anywhere that feels good for you. You can place your palms upwards if you'd like to receive, or hands down for grounding. For me, I feel like grounding feels really connected to this solstice. Just reconnecting back into your body, into your spirit. And solstice means standing still. Now, we're not exactly standing, but I think stillness is a really important part of life. We're always so busy rushing around everywhere. We feel like we're running out of time, too many distractions. But right here on the mat, on this solstice, can you give yourself permission to be still? Be here with the nothingness and everything that is. So let's have about a minute of silence and really try and concentrate on your breath, your present moment, not letting yourself get distracted. I'll let you know when the meditation's over. Deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth with a big sigh. And you can open up your eyes. Bring your hands together in a prayer position at the front of your heart. So you welcome in the sun, the light, the blessings that are coming your way. And let's bow forward to honor ourselves and our practice. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining this winter solstice flow here on my channel. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I would love for you to subscribe. Come and join the community. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I do lots of yoga, EFT, and other things around spirituality on my channel. Also, if you liked what I was wearing, it's from Silverwind. There is a code for you somewhere on the screen. If you use that, you can get 20% off. It's all eco-friendly and so comfortable and cute. Makes a really nice Christmas present. Okay, everyone, I love and leave you. Take care. Have a beautiful day.